First things first, when you actually make the product, he says sit down, make a mind map of purpose, why it works, what's involved, how to do it. Now, I added the bonus and OTO just because I know that those are things that are good to have, but it helped me really focus in on exactly what bonus I should have and exactly what kind of OTO. In fact, I didn't even know there was going to be an OTO. I just went, hey, this would be a good like after the fact thing that, oh, there we go, it's an OTO, right? So how to make quick affiliate cash with free, easy-to-use tools in as little as 24 hours. Spoiler alert, has everything to do with YouTube, all right? So what's the purpose of Affiliate Wave? Well, the main question you're supposed to ask is what purpose can my information serve, right? So that's what I did, is I wrote down, now, like you don't have to have the name of the product. It just, like I said, it just hit me. I lucked out on that one. Total luck of the draw, right? So don't think that you don't look at this case study and go, oh, you have to have a name. No, you don't. That was just, it was a luck of the draw in my brain, right? So the purpose of Affiliate Wave is to take advantage of existing content Google loves and leverage it to make affiliate sales, right? That's like the main purpose that really jives with this statement here, this headline, right? Jason also says to write the headline of your product first and then make the product around it, because then you're basically creating you're creating the expectation, but then meeting the expectation at the same time, so that when the person goes through the product, they go, okay, that's exactly what they said it was, right? So the next thing, the purpose of Affiliate Wave is also to take advantage of long-term marketing benefits, especially if you have 5 or more YouTube channels, right? Because a part of the process has to do with making multiple YouTube channels, right? The purpose of Affiliate Wave is also to lead or prevent a launch jack, right? Now, why is this? Well, one of the main focuses of Affiliate Wave is to go in and, like I've told you before, there's actually a video of me going through and say, hey, here's JV Zoo. I single out the products that are in pre-launch and then start marketing from there. Now, every product that's in pre-launch is highly susceptible to a launch jack, especially at that point. So this actually has two different benefits here. You can either lead a launch jack and launch jack it before it even has an opportunity to be a launch, or to prevent one. Either you're the product creator or you can sell it as a service and say, I can prevent launch jacking. Boom, right? The purpose of Affiliate Wave is also to grow an email list. These same aspects of just selling the product you can use to either initially set up to create an email list, or you can divert after the fact launches to grow that email list from there. And then the product purpose of Affiliate Wave is also, and this is one of my favorites, is to get information products for free. So next thing, why it works, right? Next thing you have to explain is why it works. And I know this looks a lot like sales copy, or at least it did to me, like how to write sales copy. But if you think about it, you really do have to sell the buyer again. Like, you've already sold them on the purchase, but you haven't sold them on why they should be doing the thing that you're making. And that's one of the things that I struggle with myself a lot in my own product creation. Is like, I mean, I got I always nailed the how-to. Bam! Like, everyone's like, wow, that's really helpful. But then it started to just kind of get more chaotic and hard to explain when I had to go into like, well, here's what's involved, and it seemed like it's way more than was actually involved. And then, like, why it works? Well, it works for all of these reasons, right? Because I'm a research nut and I want to find everything, right? I'm a all parts of the buffalo kind of guy. Like, so when they say, it's like, what are the vital few reasons? I'm like, oh, it's so hard to choose, right? But it's very, very important, because the time it takes to consume the content is also very important, which is why Jason goes back to one problem, one solution, one sitting. Because it also means that the end user, the person going through the content, also needs to be able to go through it in one sitting as well. Make sense? Right? So the vital few, right? So here we go. Now you're starting to see again, this looks a little bit more like some other sales content that you may have seen, right? Google loves YouTube. YouTube ranks. YouTube's the second biggest search engine in the world, right? And when it comes right down to it, it's a no-brainer to have your affiliate links throughout the second biggest search engine in the world, right? Just for practicality reasons, you should feel compelled to be like, well, even if it's a crappy video, but I can get my link on there. I mean, just having it out there in the second biggest search engine in the world, in existence, is very, very important, right? As I mentioned before in the purpose, information products in the pre-launch phase are very, very easy to rank for, which means, again, Very easy to launch jack, very easy to prevent launch jacking. Now what I love about this is because it has a unique twist to it. No one's ever looked at it from the angle of like launch jacking insurance, right? Where's that product, right? Like if everyone talks about the launch jack, why don't we start talking about launch jack prevention, right? That right there is a service unto itself. Next thing of why it works, right? I've created a framework, right? Again, that I'll be showing you, and it always produces a channel that ranks and converts. Spoiler alert: when you make a channel that's the exact product name, it's gonna convert, right? Like the traffic that goes to that channel is gonna be like, this is about this product. So by default, it's gonna rank because it has the name of the product. So the framework, let me grab the thing here, can be applied to selling affiliate information products, growing a product information-based email, or leading or preventing a launch jack. Now, as counterintuitive as that may seem, you want to be as niche as possible. So I want to make sure that in this product, if somebody buys this product, and they get to this point and they say, this framework can be applied to these 3 things, and I intentionally make it like information-based products, because that's what I know sells the best. That's the one thing I've been selling the most. So that's the one that I can be sure that I can say, yeah, 9 times out of 10 you'll end up making money from this. When you're forced to make a framework like this, like Jason is teaching you, it forces you to ask some very important questions. And I know if I didn't do this, then I wouldn't have been able to say, you know what, this is exactly what this framework is for, and if the person doesn't want this, then I have no problem giving them a refund, and I have no problem with them not buying in the first place, right? So this product isn't like, yeah, if you took it and look at it through a different lens, yes, it could be used for personal growth or weight loss or anything like that. Technically, yes, but I am stating in this product and in the copy that this is what this product is meant for, so I can speak to the right audience, right? Because he also talks about by zeroing in, you can find built-in traffic avenues so that you don't have to go and pay for traffic, because you're speaking so clearly to a very, very specific person, right? So the other part is, I actually have proof that it worked for me. Amazing Selling Machine, RYS Academy is already ranking the YouTube channel and videos that I've made. I have a couple of different examples, and I also point out that every time money was generated, but it took much longer than expected. Like, there's been a couple of products, namely, actually one I'm sure you guys are familiar with, TubeSift. What was interesting about that is when I sold TubeSift, when it first launched, I didn't make squat. I think I maybe made a handful of sales. But what was funny was that because of the way that I had the channel set up and the way that I'm going to go into with the rest of this, is that like 2 months later, I made a handful of sales, and then a month after that, I made a couple more and a couple more. And over like a 6-month period of time, I made like $1,000, and it was all with totally organic traffic. So it's not one of those like you're going to get money right away. You can make money in as little as 24 hours. But more often than not, this is going to be a long-term thing that is so easy to do that you can't help it, right? So it's also like that point is to make sure that expectations are kept in check, right? So what's involved, right? What are the components, parts, and pieces? We don't have to go into agonizing detail on this part because I'm still in production mode, right? But the basic gist: you need a Google account and a YouTube account. You need JVZoo or any affiliate program. Really, really easy videos to make using the free YouTube editor, which I'm sure you've seen it as kind of one of my signature moves. I call it claiming keywords, right? They're just coming soon videos. That's it. That's what I call them, right? So videos that the vendor already has. This is great because a lot of times they already do, and a lot of times other people are trying to do a similar thing to you that they're just like, oh, okay, I'm going to grab all the promotional videos from ASN and upload them to my YouTube channel, and I'll make money, right? That's what everyone else is doing. I'm saying doing one little tiny thing more, which is make a 10-second video that's like, coming soon. And then you're ranked, right? And you're ranked in pre-launch mode, right? All right, so then I have optional, because it's always good to have optional things, original topical videos, right? So if throughout this entire thing you get a couple of ideas, you're like, maybe I'll put a video together. This is an optional thing that's just going to make your channel rank for that much longer, give you that many more opportunities to get the affiliate commission, et cetera, right? How to do it. I'm not going to go into everything here, But these are all basically all the notes that I've put together so that it can be one sitting and boom, it's all knocked out, right? So we've got some step-by-step stuff, right? Which is 90% of internet marketing. I get it. But what I really liked was that along with it, you have step-by-step, but then there's also another part called consider the following. Now, if you look at any part of any like information product, the really good ones have these very, very strategically made, right? So consider the following. Is like, okay, when you're doing this, think of these things, right? So you basically combine the two, right? Here's the step-by-step. Find a product. Go to JVZoo and check out the pre-launch section. But while you're doing that, search for content that's already on YouTube and blah, 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 blah. See what I'm saying, folks? Like, you want to have step-by-step. But when you do the step-by-step, if you add consider the following, it makes people go, oh, wow. Like that, I believe, gives a lot of the real aha moments. And again, we're talking about selling the person in the content to keep going through the content. My mom was an English teacher for 20 years. She said the reason why a writer writes the first word is so that the reader will read the second word, right? So there it is, folks. The other part was the bonus, which would be some case studies, right? So I'd say, hey, this is what I did with RYS Academy. This is what I did with Product E-Class Ultima. Here's OMG machines. This is Cult of Copy. This is this is the wild. This is the anomaly because it's not just it's an evergreen show, right? It's not just make money, but has much longer ranging effects. And I can dive into it a little bit deeper and give again a greater deep of complexity that make people go, wow, I really need to follow this guy, right? So that was the bonus, and then the OTO is basically right. Like if you're making all these channels, think about the big picture. If you have a product that you promote and it did really well, but it's only available for 7 days, that doesn't mean that the product was great. Like, I mean, it could, but what it means is that you targeted the right audience. So why on earth would you not want to retarget those people? And there it is, right? That's the OTO. That's all right. So you've put this effort in. Maybe you've even made a few sales. How do you make sure you can constantly keep remarketing to that person as if it was as if it were an email list to you? Oh, right.